You see? And what we know they're doing. You see? You see? It is the same thing if you go to school. Let's use the school example. Now, when you go there, in your mind, you no, let's use a better situation. Let's use basketball. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't know how to play basketball, and a lot of people might not even know the rules or never play basketball before, or play some form of it, but don't really understand it or really play it. Same as if a person learned to play golf. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to understand golf until they learn to play golf. You know what I'm saying? Same as you go to school. You're not going to know certain things in school when you're a little kid. It has to be taught, or you have to pick up on it, or somehow you have to get that ed. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's the same thing with the medical field. And this is what the medical field don't seem to understand. You want to run the medical field and the presidency as if it's saying, I'm your daddy, you do what I say and shut up. But that's misinformation and bullshittery. You see? And this has been a bad problem that I've noticed even, many years ago when it comes to you and your child and the different places you have to take your child to, or they're saying that your child go to be, born or whatever, and that child has to go through what their procedures are. You know what I'm saying? And you're not educated to those things. You agree. You see, you agree. So we have to look at the misinformation thing on both sides more better, because it seems like when they block my stuff, it's because I get very upset and I say things that they don't want to hear. But we also have to face even historical facts. You know what I'm saying? Because they're striving on theirs, and theirs is this booty, even when they're knocking down of the statues and all kinds of crazy shit. But we don't need that bullshittery. You know, we need we got to look more for good shit because you can't put sugar on their shit. We don't need it, and that's a fact and point blank. You know what I'm saying? We don't need it. We really don't need the bullshit that's going on today. We don't need it when we look at things. So we have to start looking at it at a better measure. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't need it. And that's a fact and point blank. We need a increase, not a decrease. And it seems like sometimes it's something very going on, very, very wrong, even under the guise of our nose. But Africa needs to stand up. Don't let us down over there. You know what I mean? For and children want to come home. They want to come home. For we want to come home. You know what I mean? But we are home. But we must drive the beast from the land. That's a fact and point blank. You know what I'm saying? As we see the unity that must be, even when you look at, the laws, when we're speaking of over here, years ago, when Reagan signed those laws, only on the black community, most of these laws, was written on. Who, when we look at Reagan was the who put it in. Reagan was the one, I should say, who put it in the black community. Because when it came out to the laws he signed, it didn't come out to what he did. Him and Oliver North and bringing over all the drugs and funneling into the black community, and then turned around and signed, very strict laws to incarcerate black people. So we see a connection there with Reagan, but we got to remember something, that Reagan was a Democrat before he was a Republican. You see. So we see even those type of policies going on, so in the understanding of the chemical warfare, So we see the shit because they end up demonizing the black community, into more hard, more making it even more hard in the community. You know what I'm saying? Then we saw the coming of AIDS, drugs, guns, gangs, all kinds of heroin and stuff that was going on years ago, back with a lot of them guys, to where they shut down damn their whole cities and neighborhoods with their method of this. Now we see what's going on here with COVID-19. We must be careful. You know what I'm saying? We must carefully, see what's going on with the pattern of time, not just here and now when we look at it. Not just here and now. Without research, as a matter of fact. That we have to look at. Coming another one.